Hello, and welcome to the Life and Diary of David Brainerd, day number 21. Today, I want to tell you about a little supplemental information that happened. There's a break in our diary, and in 1739, David had his conversion experience, and then the same year, it appears that he enrolled in Yale University. And this is the same time that the Great Awakening was going on in the country. George Whitefield and other preachers were visiting through, and George Whitefield had been to Yale, and this had caused a zeal within the student body, and it was almost a revival that broke out within the student body. And nonetheless, uh, David Brainerd was swept up in this zeal. He made a statement about the professors, and he said about his professors that his tutor in college had no more grace than a chair. So he was suspended or expelled from Yale University in 1740. And so we're going to pick up today what appears his writings in the year 1742. In 1742, the Yale had passed a rule that no professor or staff member could be criticized. So that's why he was expelled. And in 1742, since he couldn't go through Yale, he was licensed from a different group to preach, known at the time as the Newlights. Today, we're going to be picking up the diary in the year of 1742. Mr. Brainerd, this is notes from Jonathan Edwards, April to July 1742. Mr. Brainerd, the spring after his expulsion, went to live with the Reverend Mr. Mills of Ripton to pursue his studies with him in order to being fitted for the work of the ministry, where he spent the greater part of time till the association licensed him to preach, but frequently rode to visit the neighboring ministers, particularly Mr. Cook of Stafford, Mr. Graham of Southbury, and Mr. Bellamy of Bethlehem. While with Mr. Mills, he began the third book of his diary, in which the account he wrote of himself is as follows. Signed, J. Edwards. Thursday, April the 1st, 1742. I seem to be declining with respect to my life and warmth in divine things. Had not so free access to God in prayer as usual of late. Oh, that God would humble me deeply in the dust before him. I deserve hell every day for not loving my Lord more, who has, I trust, loved me in giving himself for me. Every time I am enabled to exercise any grace renewedly, I am renewedly indebted to the God of all grace for special assistance. Where then is boasting? Surely is it excluded? It is excluded when we think how we are dependent on God for the being in every act of grace. Oh, if ever I get to heaven, it will be because God's will, and nothing else. I do hope you have a great day today.